Have you been feeling disconnected and drained lately? Well, you're not alone in this one. For the last 100 years or so, we've been slowly drifting away from our natural way of living. From living with nature and in small communities, small tribal communities. Now we live in big urban cities, indoors all the time, checking social media and being surrounded by artificial light and eating unhealthy food. But we are turning that around today. Today we reconnect ourselves with our true natural self. And you don't have to become a wilderness expert or natural survival expert for it. No, here are some 5 natural habits you can do to rewild your life and take back control. Walking barefoot. Try to leave those stinky shoes at home every now and then and start walking barefoot again, just like our ancestors. Or buy some simple barefoot shoes. We were not evolved to walk around in tight-fitting pointy shoes with lots of cushioning around. No, our early ancestors walked often completely barefoot, or often no more than a piece of leather around their feet. For millions of years our feet evolved like this. It is only in the last few 100 years we started making these weird shoe shapes. Walking barefoot grounds you and brings you back closer to nature. It also strengthens your feet and improves balance. So get those smelly feet out and get them dirty. Start with simply walking barefoot around in a park or garden. Increase time and distance slowly and only on soft surfaces. Slowly increase as you adapt. It takes some time for your feet to adapt to walking barefoot. It can take up to 6 months, up to a year for your feet to return to their natural state. And if you have underlying conditions, talk about this with a professional first. Our bodies were designed for movement, not for sitting or lying down on the couch all day. In the last 100 years there's really a pandemic going on. And it's no virus or parasite, and it is spreading really fast. The pandemic is called sitting on your butt all day. And some studies suggest that it is as deadly as smoking. So start moving and build functional strength and strap on a backpack and start walking. Rucking really mimics how hunter-gatherers brought back big game back to camp, and we evolved to do so. The chance of injury is much lower than running, for example, but it burns the same amount of calories per minute. Or pick up heavy stones and put them down again, rinse and repeat. If the stone is too light, pick up a heavier stone and repeat. Focus on natural body movements, like climbing or crawling. This will enhance the mind-muscle connection and will make you stronger, quicker and more agile. Your body will thank you. But it really doesn't have to be that dramatic. Just simply get out of your chair and walk around in the neighborhood. Deepen your connection with nature and the land with some simple survival skills. Learn how to make a fire from absolutely nothing. How to find water and filter it to make it drinkable. And how to navigate the land with only natural clues. Learn to build a shelter from only natural materials, and learn about edible plants and try to forage them. Try to make things with natural materials, like a stick for example. And go camping alone or with friends. Experiment, but always keep it safe. This will not only increase your self-confidence, but also your resilience while out in the wild. And if you learn how to fend yourself in the great outdoors, you are the most free human being on earth. And if you're getting really advanced, try to learn how to track and hunt animals and try to go on longer expeditions to see what the land can offer and if you can survive off of it. Train your mind by facing discomfort, big or small. Get out in the cold or rain. Train yourself to be resilient in every type of weather. Get wet and get cold. What does hunger and thirst feel like? Go on solo camping trips or hikes. Really search your limits. Or try something new, something you might have never done before. All these things teaches the mind how to adapt and remain calm instead of being led by anxiety. But it is important to only test 1 or 2 types of discomfort at a time. Too extreme and you might panic. Too little and it's not stimulating enough to learn something out of it. A very simple thing is to grow your own food. Not all of it, of course, that's almost impossible. Just some vegetables or fruit. It teaches you a lot about the seasons and nature, the weather, and gives you a deeper appreciation for the other food you buy in the store. Learn why some plants have a harder time than others. It really makes you appreciate the farmers that work day in and day out to put food on the table. And I guarantee you, eating that first tomato from the garden is the best thing you ever ate. This ancient philosophy dates back from 2,500 years ago. It is a philosophy that looks at nature as a teacher rather than an enemy. This philosophy believes in the Tao, directly translated to the way, the path, or the natural flow of the universe. It really is too short to explain in one short video, but what it essentially boils down to is living in harmony with the Tao. Just like water, it's flexible and patient, and accepts change as part of existence. But it can also be very dangerous in certain situations, or like weeds bending with the wind and not breaking. Instead of rowing against the wind, sail with the wind and steer accordingly. This mindset will build real resilience and will really change your life. One simple way to practice this is to simply go to nature without a goal or task. Just be. Watch the trees, the birds, the water, or try to meditate on the sounds of a nearby stream or the wind through the trees. These 5 habits have very ancient roots and they date back from thousands and thousands of years ago. And I like to close off with one thought, and that is, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. Thanks for watching.